Okay guys, so what I'm going to start off with first is two different bases. I'm going to start off with the Essence Stays No Matter What Eye Pencil and Shadow in Cute Copper. Just roughly get in the center area. It's fine. Now this one dries pretty quickly, so I'm going to apply it in the center and then spread it out. Dab it lightly on the edges and in the middle with my finger, and then I'm gonna go right down here, just blend it out with your finger so that goes in the center. And then I'm also going to use the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in 620 Bronze. I'm going to put this on the outskirts of my eye, just like so. Now this one isn't a fast dry like the other one, so you have longer to blend it out. I'm going to use my ring finger again. It's the most delicate finger to use. Just going to slightly blend it in like that. Then we're going to work this on the lower lash line as well, from the outskirts and the inner corner. Alright, so we're going to go into the Kat Von D Ladybird palette. Color right here, this light pale pink, and I'm going to go in with a Sigma blending brush E25, just like that. I'm going to use it as my brow bone highlight. Typically I like to start with the brow bone highlight first, and then it also kind of helps blend everything together. So that's what I like to do typically. We're going to go into this, using the same blending brush, and we're just going to sweep that in the crease and above. We're just going to kiss the very end where that highlight was. Lorac Pro palette. This taupe shade. Sigma blending E36 brush. It just looks like that. So we're going to go directly into our crease, and just like my last tutorial, if you have hooded eyes or slightly hooded eyes, you can go slightly above the crease as well. E25 blending brush right here. I'm going to use this really bright, nice, vibrant orange. Right kind of where we put that transition color, that light brown, we're going to put it here. I really like warm colors in my crease area. Okay, and then we're going to take a different brush. This is from the holiday set, a Sonia Kashuk blending brush. And we're just going to blend in between the highlight and that orangey color that we just applied, so it's nice and soft. We want everything to be like it's airbrushed. And go back in to the taupe shade with that Sigma E36. Take the brush that we used, that burnt orange, just feather the edges of that. Medium sweeper E54 brush, color Garnet. You dip it in some water that I have here. I'm going to brush off the excess, the water excess, off a little bit, so it's just damp, it's not soaking. If you have Fix Plus, or if you have water or eye drops or a setting spray, you can all use that to make your eyeshadows more foiled and shimmery and shiny, and that will definitely come out on your eyelid. work on the bottom and do the same thing. Dip into some water, spray some Fix Plus. Inner to outer. Flip it over onto the other side. Get a little bit more water. We're going to dip into the gold color in the palette, right there. And we're going to put that in the middle of our lid with a halo smoky eye. It typically has a lighter color or a halo effect in the center of the eye. So you can see how it's already making a difference. Back into Garnet with it dry. Tap off the excess. Work our way in again. Just kind of blend the two colors in together. Going back into the blending E36 brush, dip into that taupe. We're going to work on the very outer corners and inner corners, trying to stay in this very, very small area a little bit. You see the difference from my inner corner with just having that garnet color to having a little bit of that taupe shade deepens it up, and it makes it just a little bit smoky, a little bit more sultry. Now with my inner corner, I'm just gonna kind of swirl it in there so the most of the concentration will be in that one area. So I'm going to go back into that highlight shade that we used in the Kat Von D palette, just making this part right here just a little bit softer. And it's really creamy, and I'm going to use this for the waterline. So I'm just going to pull down on my eye to expose the waterline. We're going to follow the outer area. We're not going to go into the lighter area. And then we're going to tight line. Just grab your eye lightly, okay? And then just lift up like so. I'm going to move into what we're going to put in the very center. And what we're going to use is the 12-hour Made to Last eye pencil in 04 Continuous Almond, and it is by Jordana. What I'm using for mascara is the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black mascara. So it looks like that. Okay, so now that we're moving on to the face, I'm going to use this powder brush that I got, I believe, at Walmart. And it was part of their set. It's really large and fluffy, which I enjoy. I'm going to use this, and I don't really want to do blush. I want to start with some bronzer. I want to do bronzer instead. And this is the bronzer by WetNWild. It looks like this. And it's called Ticket to Brazil 7. I'm just gonna pounce my brush in there. And this isn't super dense, so that's kind of what I'm going for. And I'm just going to do it around my cheeks where I would get nice and bronzed. It has some shimmer into it, but it's not like flakes of sparkle. So this is going to be the blush bronzer that I choose. I've decided to use Tantalizer by Lorac, which looks like this. It's really, okay, it looks like this. Really, really gorgeous. My highlight. I'm going to use the same brush, but I'm going to use the side. I'm just going to rub it in there. And I'm going to apply that to the highest points of my cheekbones on my Cupid's bow. Okay, so I'm just nice and bronzy and glowy, and I look great, and I'm just happy. Okay, so I I have two lip color options, and I figured the first one would be like a peachy, corally, really nice warm lip color that's a nude. It's like a peachy pink color. But for me personally, I wanted it a little more corally orange. Pretty Persimmon, $9.70. If you haven't seen these swatches and you want to see this color on these lips, then I suggest you checking out my previous video. And the lip color that I'm wearing here, I'm using WetNWild 908C and NYX Lip Pencil in Prune. Bye!